All right. Welcome back, everybody. Week number 5. We're back. Carlos, how you doing?
Fantastic. I'm doing better now that Alex is here.
Hello.
Yes,
hello.
sir. Our guest, Alex, on the podcast this week.
Great to be here.
Dude, yeah, so tell the people a little bit about yourself, what you're about, what you're doing. What you been
I'm
up to?
chilly. That's it. No, I
Chilly.
make music. I work at a hospital. Try to live the most interesting life ever.
Wow,
Oh,
that does
yeah.
sound eventful.
Right? But yeah, I mean, that's literally like the only 2 traits about me. I feel
Nah,
bad.
there's
'cause
some more.
everybody's-
There's some
yeah,
more.
there's some more, but
Don't
like
sell yourself short like
at
that.
the moment, that's about it. I think I'm the most boring person. there is.
We'll definitely. We'll
That's
find-
cap.
Yeah,
That's
we'll,
cap.
We'll
Yeah.
definitely prove that wrong by the end of this episode for sure.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Okay, starting off, you can't be boring if you're out here making beats, bro. How many people are like actually pursuing this? Now, there's a lot of people who try. Don't get me wrong. I remember all the homies back in the day.
Yeah.
All of them wanted something to do with music, but you somehow
Like everybody
managed
was
to
on it. Yeah,
I remember
Stick to it or what?
Yeah, I started making music when I was like 13.
Okay.
I remember my dad bought me like a beat pad.
Yes,
I remember
dude,
like
yeah.
bringing it to school.
Yeah.
Oh, just like
dude,
the little
dude.
like bing bing.
Yeah,
bing,
dude,
bing.
it was like eight little pads, and
Oh, yeah.
I had to like load an SD card with just a bunch of random samples on there, and I would bring that thing to school like every day. And I'm
Dude,
like,
yeah.
guys, look,
yeah.
look. And
What is it called?
everybody's
Like a
I don't-
jump pad, right, or some shit like that?
A beat pad.
Beat-
It's like,
oh, is
like
that
a Kai
okay.
MIDI.
Oh yeah, dude. Yes, yeah.
And I remember,
that. Mm.
like, I remember bringing it out at the lunch table and everything, and yeah, just from there I started doing stuff with it. Like my first few beats were just like trash, like awful. But as time kind of progressed, people started buying beats from me at school. Like I remember Daniel. I don't know if you remember him. He was on like a football team.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
gonna
like a
make
homie now.
Yeah, he's like, I'm gonna make a mixtape, man.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
bought beats from me.
Oh,
Yeah.
that Daniel
Sanchez,
The,
yeah.
the big guy.
Yeah,
And so I remember I sold beats to him. I sold beats to like a bunch of people at school.
yeah.
And then I just kept going at it. And I felt
So you're selling beats in high school for people to just like rap on or whatever.
like,
And they were like-
because at the time, like Suicide Boys and everything was like
Everything,
popping
yeah,
off.
little people, that shit. Everybody was like,
Yeah.
like SoundCloud.
Right.
Everybody was like,
It
dude, I
was
want
a
to be a
SoundCloud
SoundCloud
rap
rapper.
days.
Like,
There was
Gotcha.
so many.
if they can
SoundCloud
make it on
rappers.
SoundCloud, so can I.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
yeah.
So
true.
I was like, it was weird because I first started off with lo-fi beats, like kind of the stuff in the background.
Yeah, yeah.
And that's why I started out with, and then everybody's like, I want hard hitting stuff.
yeah.
Man. More 808s. I'm like, all right, cool. We're just gonna distort the hell out of this,
Hmm.
and that's just kept going from there.
How much are you charging for these in high school
Oh man,
in the lunchroom?
I was an
Also,
idiot.
make sure you're talking in the
Oh,
mic.
sorry.
I'm sorry. I just had to throw that out
No,
there.
you're all good. I was like an idiot, man. I was selling them short, like $10.
No way.
I mean, dude,
Yeah.
even in high school, like,
15.
hey, when you're
That's a
young
little
like that,
side
like,
hustle,
that's, yeah,
though.
exactly,
Yeah, it was a little
yeah.
side
It'll
hustle.
add
Like
up, yeah.
looking back at it, I kind of wish like I charged 20 or something. But
And people would have
Probably coulda got away with it.
people would have
yeah,
bought them.
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, $5, $10. I was just making little chump change here and there, and
Right,
from
and
there I
so-
like progressed. I got my own like a new laptop from there because at the time I was using my mom's. Like she had a laptop for school, and I had like an online software, and then I went and bought my own laptop, got Fruity Loops, and it just got better and better as time
Got
went.
you. Got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fruity
you
Loops is that FL? Is that what
Yeah,
that is?
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Keep forgetting people abbreviate it.
Yeah,
It's
I,
just like,
I was
call
I
it
haven't heard
Fruity
anybody
Loops.
call it Fruity Loops in a minute. Yeah, that's
That's
interesting.
what it was for me.
I have no idea about any of that software.
Well, so like I dipped a little bit into music, but
Okay.
FL was like the main. Everybody's
Yeah.
like, just use FL.
that sounds familiar.
It's FL Studio. It's like
Is it free?
yeah, it has. Well,
Mm.
there's a free version, yeah, and people. The way you don't lose your music is just by leaving it open, so people would like make a song, whatever, and like try to like fix it up, whatever. But then they'd be like, "Fuck, I have to go to bed," so they'll just leave their computer on.
Yeah.
Because if you close the app,
What?
your song's gone. Like you
Yeah.
can't save it. So yeah,
I know exactly what you're talking
yeah,
about. too.
yeah,
I did
yeah.
that so many times.
yeah.
But yeah, no, my dad was a producer when
Oh,
I was
shit.
like younger, so he had Fruity Loops already installed, and he just gave that to me, and that's what I used for like the longest time. I'm on Logic now. I'm
I've
like,
never
on
heard
the
of that one.
MacBooks and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like an updated version of GarageBand, just like
Oh,
glorified
gotcha.
more. But yeah, that's primarily what I use.
That's
Um,
sick.
Yeah.
And yeah, I remember. Well, because you and I have known each other since high school, and
Yeah.
you went to school with me freshman year, and then you left after freshman year, did you not?
Sophomore year.
Oh, so okay,
left
yeah,
right
yeah,
after
yeah,
sophomore year.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, from sophomore year, I went to Idaho Arts Charter.
Because I know you went to an art school. Yeah, I was gonna get into that. Yeah.
Yeah, I went, and it's funny too, because Music was not my focus at that school.
It was film, right? You was
film
acting and
and
all that stuff.
theater.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
It was those
Yeah.
two, and then I was still making beats.
Yeah.
And I remember I sent you some too. Like, while I
Yeah,
was in
yeah,
school.
yeah. Fuck,
And
dude.
like, yeah. So I was doing film and theater, and then making beats on the side. And then the music teacher, his name was JD. He's the one that owned the school's studio, where they recorded stuff and everything. And he heard some of my albums, and he's like, "Hey, come to the studio. I just want you to sit down and just look at it." And it was like a totally different world. So at the end of junior year, I signed up for a thing called Rock Band, where they taught me like mixing boards and how to record
shit.
other people and everything in that producing aspect. And then senior year, I just drove head first into that. Like
Damn.
made my first album,
damn.
like engineered it and everything, and it was great. And then yeah,
'Cause I feel like I remember you getting onto the radio, or like in some radio, right? On like, was it in Washington? Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe I'm tripping, but
yeah, no, I've been on the radio like a few times. Now.
okay, yeah, okay, yeah.
I remember I was in Washington for a little bit, in Seattle, just
Yeah.
like an indie radio station. I was here
Oh,
in Boise.
okay.
Some college students run a
Shit.
Boise like college radio station.
Oh
And I
yeah,
ended up on there for like their chill hour, where
Oh,
I was
shit.
just like making random beats, and I sent them through. And then much recently, what was it? I had a song I had in writing, and that got played in California.
damn.
Yeah, and I was
Wow.
like, oh, that's cool. And then one of the guys that I work with, his name is Kadadeb. He got played on BBC Radio over there out in London.
Yeah, that's
And,
yeah.
Yeah, that was a trip. Just
Damn.
hearing him on the radio through that, because I remember he hit me up on Instagram. He's like, "Oh, bro, if you have to be up at like 4 a.m. to hear it." And I was like, all right, cool, dope. And so here I am at like 4 a.m. and my girlfriend at the time, she was like, "Just close the laptop, go to bed." And I was like, "No, I have to hear
Yeah,
this."
Like,
that's
important.
sick, dude.
It's
That's fucking
insane.
sick.
And yeah, no, they played. He had a whole section on there, and yeah, man, it was the coolest thing.
Damn.
So I'm like, we're making moves.
Yeah, that's sick. And
We're
when
making out
was
the
that?
Ghetto. Oh man, that was like towards
The
the beginning of this year. yeah.
Towards the beginning of this year, you said?
Yeah.
Got you.
Yeah, and at that time as well, just around that time, I also got signed. I remember I called these guys and everything as a writer and producer.
Fucking hell, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Whoa.
So I remember at that moment, I like hung up after the phone call, and I was like crying.
I'd
I was
imagine,
like,
dude.
oh
Yeah.
my god, this is insane. And yeah, so yeah.
Shit.
And
So, are you? Oh, go on.
so how does that work now? So you are signed currently?
Yeah. So I remember when I first got signed, they wanted me to move to like Newport, Oregon, and everything.
bro,
And
what
basically,
the
what they wanted was they wanted me to live in this hype house, basically, with a bunch of other artists.
Damn.
Whoa.
As I was reading the contract, I'm like, this is a really cool idea. I was really considering it. But as I read through the contract, basically, if I were to make a song
Yeah.
and it were to profit a lot, they would go, oh, hey, by the way, rent's due, and just take like half of everything that I made.
Jesus.
So if I were to stay here, if I were to profit off a song, which I have recently, I get 100% of the credit that I
That's
deserve.
yeah. That's
Oh,
definitely
whoa.
And so
that's
I was
smart.
Like, yeah, I deserve.
game
Like, I want
changer.
that. And so yeah, I decided to stay in Idaho. Out of
I
all
mean,
places.
dude. I mean, hey, you know, I feel like there's a lot of rappers that are coming out like Lil Uzi Vert and whatnot. Like they are like being heavily restricted from the record labels and whatnot.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I think that's like a really smart move, especially since you're so young. Like it would have been
Yeah.
very. I mean, I probably would have been like, yeah, fuck it, I'm going to Newport. But
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's a smart move for you to, especially like being so young. Like that's crazy.
I don't know. Like I've seen. Holy crap! I don't know why my throat's getting all weird.
You're good. You're good.
You're all right.
I know. But no, I remember just seeing like other people, like indie rappers and everything, take those record deals and then just flop
Yeah.
so quickly. As for me, I just wanted to be able to just do what I like doing at my own time.
Facts.
Not stress over it, because I feel like with certain contracts and everything, like if I were to go to Newport, I know that they would be like, oh, by the way, we need beats by the end of this week.
It becomes more of a job rather
Yeah,
than
it
like a
becomes more
hobby
of
or something
job.
that you
As
love.
of right now, like they'll email me and they're like, hey, this artist they want beats, so when you could get that to
Damn.
us, please get it to us. And I'm like, all right, yeah, cool. And I mean, I've been taking my time. Like I've just been playing video games the majority of the time, and then I'll like turn around and be like, I'm gonna make a beat now.
Yeah. See,
Like-
now, I feel like that's. I mean, that probably helps you a bit, like to where you don't feel like you need to. You feel like more like you want to, right?
Oh yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
more of like a
Yeah.
chore. It's kind of like
And it's a lot more fun because sometimes there's no direction.
yeah.
So I could be like,
sure.
oh yeah, here's what I made, like out of the blue, out of nowhere, and it could be like this pop drums with like a weird piano and everything. So yeah, just experiment a whole lot.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's sick though.
Yeah, dude, that's crazy. I mean, so you're signed to this record. What kind of music is this record usually trying to like make? Like,
Uh,
is it like a niche thing, or do they just kind of do everything?
It kind of depends on the artist. So
Okay.
the record label is called Independent.
Oh, that's sick.
Indie, and,
Yeah, that's smart.
and
Yeah.
the last artist that I worked with, I remember she just like texted out of the blue. She goes, "I like Queen 92, but I also love cumbia music. So
What
do you
the
mind
hell?
like,
Yeah.
finding guitars and finding those cumbia drums?" And so it was fun to just like mix around with everything. And then
Yeah.
sometimes I'll work with rappers where they're like, "Hey man, I want a West Side like beat."
Yeah,
I'm
just
like, "Oh,
yeah.
yeah, cool, I got you."
So versatility type shit.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it so much, and I kind of brought me back to high school because I remember in high school, going to that art school, everybody was like punk rock bands. and
Yeah, of
everything.
course, yeah,
I
it's
was
a
a
wave,
hip hop
yeah.
kid, and like, hey, work with us, and just mixing those two together. It was so much fun.
That's sick. Yeah. Fuck
Right.
man.
So you
Some
kind of get
crazy shit.
exposed to all different types of music,
Oh,
and
yeah.
can kind of experiment, I guess.
Yeah, I
That's
love
tight.
it. I love experimenting. With
That
all
sounds because I feel like a lot of rappers they'll like get signed and whatnot, and then they're like forced to stay. They're like, oh no, we want to like, have more of this audience. So they'll like sway them and be like, okay, I'll try to make something over this beat, and like they'll kind of like force them to go into like making these like songs that they don't like making, but they're making them for the audience that
Yeah.
they're trying to target.
Yeah,
But I think that's cool that that's just sounds like a pretty sweet deal like on your end, like to make like to be free to make whatever you'd like and whatnot, and like they'll be like, hey, well, yeah, this guy wants to work with you, let's make it
Yeah.
happen type shit. Like that's cool.
It's a blessing. It's a big blessing. I'm really thankful that the deal worked out the way it did.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah.
But-
So
Yeah, go crazy.
okay, I mean, I'll say less. So you start off making beats in high school. You kind of just keep on doing that. You're getting money for it. People are paying you.
Yeah.
You graduate, and that's when. So then you just spend a couple years making beats.
Yeah, dude. Right after graduation, it was just nothing but that. I was
Oh,
working
okay.
at Dutch Bros, and then for a little bit, I was going to Full Sail University,
Yeah.
and I was working at Dutch Bros and Albertsons. So I was working 2 jobs,
Going to school.
school, and then beats. And
Damn.
at the time, I wasn't driving as well. So the Albertsons that I worked at was like right down the street from my dad's house. And I was
Yeah.
living with my dad. So I'd walk from like 10 p.m., get there at midnight, work my shift, and then walk back home. And on my way back home, I'd listen to my class. Once class was
Fucking
like
hell.
finished, I would sit down, and my body, I remember just being like, I need to sleep.
Yeah.
But I did like the most unhealthiest thing. I would tell myself like, you can't sleep until you produce at least 2 beats.
Damn,
Fuck.
you were
Kept myself
grinding.
up.
Jesus.
And I remember my stepbrother one time, he like shut my laptop and he goes, "Dude, you're falling asleep at the keyboard. Like you
Go
need
to sleep."
He's like, "Go
Yeah.
to sleep." And I was like, "Nah." And I remember telling myself too, I didn't care how it sounded. I didn't care if the structure was not there. Just I needed to do it because I was really afraid of just like letting go to focus on work, and all of a sudden that's lost. Like,
Yeah.
music is gone. And so, and it's funny too because I just recharged my old laptop and I listened to those old beats, and some of them were trash.
Really?
Yeah, just like very like sloppy drums. I'm like, okay, cool. I finished it and just like laid down and went to
Fucking
bed.
hell.
But because of that, I was just working on it all the time. Every beat that I
Right.
got really happy with. At the time I was working at Dutch, I was working at Orchard, and that was the 24-hour
Okay.
one. So I'd do is I'd bring my phone and just load all these beats that I did on Dropbox, connect it to the speaker at work, and then just be like, "Hey guys, I made these beats."
Oh,
Tell
just
me what
promoting your
works.
stuff.
Yeah, just
Hey,
promoting it,
that's
and
smart, man.
Everybody
Yeah.
that I work with would like freestyle over it or just be like, "Oh, that's hard."
Damn.
Yeah, that's
all
sick.
that. And I'm like, "Okay, cool."
That's
cool.
good. That's
Like,
sick
we're
though,
still-
yeah.
We're
That's
still keeping
tight.
a steady grind at it. And I remember there were some times where like we had nurses and doctors and everything like come by and be like, who's this? Like, what radio station is this? And I'd be
Yeah,
like
a
so
little
excited, like,
plug.
it's me, man.
Yo.
But it was pretty great.
That's sick.
Shit.
Yeah.
So after that, so you're literally just grinding, like
Yeah.
nonstop, trying to just like make something regardless of what you're putting out, and then it pays off clearly because
Yeah.
you end up getting signed.
Yeah.
And so now, what does that look like for you? How are you working on it nowadays?
Nothing's really changed. I mean, I work at the hospital now. I don't
Right.
work at Dutch Bros anymore. I quit that just to focus on one job. But literally, I'll just work, and then on my days off,
Make
like I'll
beats
go to
and just
Boise
chill.
and I'll just make beats. And then, sometimes if I'm not feeling it, I'll play video games with my buddy here and just do whatever.
Chill out.
Yeah.
Sounds like
Just
you're
chill
living
out.
the life.
Yeah,
living the
honestly,
dream.
yeah.
It's pretty great.
Uh,
Just again, just relaxing, trying to take it day by day.
I did hear.
That's dope.
I mean, this is kind of jumping back, but we kind of breezed past it, and like I just realized you went to Full Sail for a little bit.
Yeah.
Like that's like
I
like a
was,
lot of art kids like dream schools.
a
Like that was
new-
my school, like my
New
dream.
age media
Yeah.
focus. That's
Shit.
what I wanted to do, and I remember it too. One of the songs that I had a hand in writing in, with Denya, got played on Netflix. And
Damn,
the school,
what
the
the
school,
fuck?
it was on Dear White People, and I remember she like hit me up about it and everything. I'd never seen the show, but she's like, "You should watch it."
Dude, that's
And
fucking
then,
crazy.
Yeah, they were playing the hook in the background. I'm like, "That's insane. That's cool." And so when the school heard about that, they were like, "Oh, hey, take these music business classes and do this and do that." And I was like, "Nah, I don't want to do that." And then they tried like sneaking it in. Because at
Yeah.
the time I was just like lectures about, becoming a journalist and doing all of that because I wanted to
What?
do journalism. And yeah, no, I just dropped out. I was like,
Damn.
yeah, no, you guys are scamming me for my money at that point.
That's
And
crazy. I
I'm
mean,
good.
shit, that's gnarly. Yeah, because I remember when I was in high school and I was like, oh, I want to go into like film or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and actually, I wanted to go into video game design. Is what I originally
yeah,
wanted to.
yeah. I
And
remember that.
I was like, dude, Full Sail. That's like the dream school because it's in Florida. The campus looks sick as fuck.
Dude, the
and like,
campus was like, I've seen the campus. We
Yeah.
didn't go to Florida, but we had like those virtual tours.
yeah, of
The
course,
campus looked beautiful.
dude. Yeah,
Like the studio and everything looked awesome. They had backlots. They had
dude,
like,
everything.
they had
yeah.
everything there. And I remember just like joking about it. I'm like, where's the frat houses? And they're like, oh yeah,
They
and
do
like,
have some.
Swung
They
over.
do?
Yeah, dude. They've
Dude,
it's a
And
fucking.
the thing is,
That's
like,
wild.
dude,
Dude,
it's
an
like
art
these
school
giant
with the
ass mansions,
Greek
and again,
system?
it's like a hype house where it's like, oh yeah, this side of the house is musicians, and
Yeah.
this side is visual artists and
Whoa.
everything. So I remember
Damn.
just like thinking about it too. I'm like, cool, if I keep at music as well,
yeah,
and just do visuals and stuff, make like a Brockhampton deal, and just like work with the people that are
dude.
there.
Seriously though,
But I
like,
never ended up going to Florida. I stayed here and did my classes online,
yeah.
and I was just like, yeah, cool.
Yeah, like
Just
that
got
was
tired of it.
that school was my dream. I remember for like months on end
I
during.
don't
like,
know how I've never heard of this.
dude,
before.
yeah, like I looked at it and I was like, what the fuck? And like I went so deep into it and like it's pretty fucking hard to get into. So like, props to like I love how you just like
Yeah.
breezed out. Oh, I went to Full Sail and then I
Yeah.
worked 2 jobs. And I was like,
Light
wait,
work.
hold the fuck on, dude.
No, dude,
like that's like a
school-
prestigious
The
like.
art school
yeah.
helped out so much.
Yeah.
Because taking film classes and everything and trying to become a new age.
Oh yeah, of course,
like
yeah.
focus on
yeah.
that. They're like, oh yeah, we've seen stuff that you've done. Like I've made films with him. I
Shit,
made
yeah.
friends with every, like
No.
I've done that, and our short films have been from like the Egyptian theater. We got played there,
Damn.
and I got a scholarship from that. I wrote a script, and I got a small scholarship from that. So it's
Sick,
just
man.
like, yeah, keep at it.
Fuck.
That's dope.
Yeah.
And now you're here recording a podcast with a few dudes.
Hey. Comes around full
vibe.
circle
Yeah.
every time.
Hell yeah, man.
Shit, yeah. I mean, this is kind of a weird swing, but how have you guys been? I don't know.
Living?
I haven't asked that today.
Just
No, you didn't get
Yeah.
to. We just kind of jumped right
Yeah,
in.
I mean, I like that, though.
because
Yeah.
What
Now,
do you do? Business aspect.
Yeah.
now we got the
Yeah.
ball rolling though. I like
Yeah.
it,
We got the ball on. I feel comfortable now.
right? Yeah, for real. That initial the initial shock of like starting off the show is always a bit much.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
you get going and you're like, bro, we're literally just talking into some
Yeah.
microphones. That's the only difference.
No, last podcast I did, the guy like sat me down and goes, "Here's the questions. Think about it. I'm gonna ask you these on
Aw.
the podcast."
No way.
I don't
And
like
yeah,
that.
it was like a piece of paper, and I was like, okay, like, do I have imposter syndrome? What's my favorite
Whoa.
food? Like all of that. And then yeah, all of a sudden he's like, boom, today's sponsor is Anchor. I'm like, holy crap, I forgot the questions. Like, oh no, I forgot my answers. And then he'd ask them, and I'm like, a lot of them, like,
You're like, hold up.
I mean,
me
hey,
think.
Anchor, if you want to sponsor us, I mean, hey, hit us up, man. Hey.
For real. Hey, if you want to sponsor us, period, fill that blank with anybody.
Yeah,
Hit us
anybody.
up.
Yeah, nah. But
what's the people from Sick Stuff hit you guys up?
Dude,
oh,
I'd be
dude,
hella
yeah, that'd be
down.
actually
That'd
sick
be
as
dope.
fuck. Yeah.
That'd be dope.
I need to go in there and
But-
drop off a business card or some shit.
Dude, yeah, dude, that'd actually be smart as fuck.
Just bombard their front door with flyers.
yeah,
Just like,
for
"You
real.
dudes."
So you said you worked at a hospital right now, right?
Yeah, St. Alphonsus.
How is that?
Yeah.
Here.
St. Alphonsus? Which one is that?
The one right here, right? On
It's one-
Garrity?
Yeah, one right here
On Garrity?
Off
Yeah.
the freeway, right?
Yeah. It's an interesting experience.
What do you do?
So I'm a nutritionist. I'm basically a
Oh.
glorified waiter.
Oh.
Like that's all it is. And
That's kind of sick, though.
yeah, I've been working my way up. Like I get to talk to the patients a lot more. I get to control their diets and just kind of sit
That's
them
cool.
down and work meal plans wise.
Damn.
But yeah, I mean, I have crazy stories. Like
Dude, I bet.
there's like certain patients that just like have dementia. Like
Oh,
I remember
fuck.
like one time I walked in and somebody's like, "You stole my watch." And I was like,
Oh, shit.
I don't even
What?
fucking know you.
Oh,
Like, I don't know you. And yeah, I remember that was one. Yeah, and then I do Meals on Wheels too, so I go into people's houses a lot of the times, and
Oh yeah, that's
like I meet some crazy like some patients where I'm just like, oh man, like I want to get out of here.
Damn.
Like
Fuck.
sketch. Like last one I went to, I have no problem saying this. I'm not saying names. I went and in the notes it's like leave the food on the table. I'm like, all right, cool, because I walk into houses all the time and I just kind of like drop the shit off and leave. For
Yeah,
the
you're
tooth fairy.
like a hospital Uber.
Yeah,
Eats.
yeah.
Literally.
But as I walk in, I see stairs going down into like this black void.
Oh.
I'm like, not going down there. And I walk up and I don't see a table on the top floor. And I was like,
The table is in the void.
it's in the void.
You hear like a knocking
So-
on the wall. It's like we're
No,
down here.
dude, I
like-
go down there and like I go down there and there's like a little like window. So that's like the only bit of light that I
Fuck,
have.
dude.
And I set the food down and I hear like creaking and everything.
Oh,
like,
fuck.
Man, like freaking out. And it's this dude in a wheelchair and he comes out and he's like, "Thank you so much for what you do." And he's just
Aw.
like real kind of like
Whoa.
borderline creepy. He's like, "I really appreciate it." And as I'm looking around, I see a lot of cats.
Oh
And
god.
sometimes like some of them are like laying down, not moving a whole lot. And I'm like, okay.
No
thanks.
shit. Time to go.
Remember, I was
Time
like,
to
I
go.
gotta go. Thank you. And as I'm walking out, he goes, "Hey," and he like rolls forward and he goes, just kind of like messing with his belly button. He goes, "You ever see any cats around?
What the
Bring
fuck?
them over here. I'll take good care of them."
Oh
I was
my
like,
god.
"Cool, man." I just like ran out, and I remember I got in the car and the driver was like, "Did you like that one?" Like, 'cause
Oh, he
it. And I'm
knew,
like,
yeah.
"Oh, you dick! Like, why would you
Damn.
do that?"
Damn.
But yeah. I'm
funny
that
as
people are
hilarious.
sweet.
Yeah, Jesus.
Yeah,
Dude, yeah, I've heard that working in a hospital gets crazy sometimes.
yeah, man.
Or for a hospital.
Yeah.
I did kind of want to segue this to something that happened last week.
Oh.
I'm not gonna go into like crazy
Buckle up,
detail.
everybody.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go into like crazy
Oh, wait.
detail because it actually gets pretty fucked up. But
Oh.
This shit's wild.
yeah, exactly a week ago from the time we're recording this. So me, my girlfriend, and like some of her sister and like a friend, we're in Boise, right? It's Saturday night. Boise, it gets a little hectic. Obviously, people are gonna drink.
busy.
You know, they're gonna
It's
let
Boise.
loose a bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're taking pictures and whatnot. We're just enjoying the night, and then we come to a stoplight, like a crosswalk, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what we're doing the whole night, we were doing this crosswalk like photo session. So when we're allowed to cross, we'll go. She'll set up the camera and whatnot, and
Kind of like Abbey Roads. the
yeah,
videos
like
type
she'll
deal.
be
Yeah.
on the other side of the crosswalk, and she'll be posing with people behind her and all that stuff. Like the pictures are pretty fucking sick.
I
Yeah.
bet.
And I'd be there counting and be like, all right, let's go back. So
Yeah.
we'd go back before the cars would come. Well, we went back when the cars were supposed to come, and luckily we were off the road. But I'm just chilling like normally. I'm just vibing on the side of on the sidewalk. She's playing with her tripod and whatnot. We're just waiting for the crosswalk to like come back on and the cars to go. Well, this truck, he instantly like I don't see him cross or whatever, but I'm just chilling and I hear a boom. So I look to my left, like a pretty big bang, and I see a guy. He's doing like 4 flips midair. He's like he's like 4 or
shit.
5 feet like into the air. So this guy just got hit by a car. I didn't see him get hit. I didn't see any of that, but I saw him midair. I was like, oh shit.
Like he's literally just like
It's literally like
not touching the ground, just like
he's like the height of my head right now. Like he's in there. And instantly I was like, oh fuck, like this guy just got hit. So like
Hard.
I give Icarus because I was holding Icarus. I give him to Crystal, and I instantly am like, I gotta fucking go to this guy,
Yeah, yeah.
dude. And he falls on the ground pretty hard. He hits his head. I run up to him, and dude, this guy's like, he's bleeding. He's bleeding out pretty bad. Like his
Yeah.
head is like gushing.
Took
And
such a dark turn. Holy
yeah, sorry, but I'm not gonna go into crazy more detail. But yeah, this guy, he's in rough shape, and the driver luckily pulled over, so it wasn't like a hit and run.
Yeah, yeah.
Cops come after like maybe like 5 minutes. Didn't feel like that though. It felt
Yeah, yeah.
fucking long. There was a certified paramedic though on the scene, like there just drinking, having fun with her friends or whatever, and luckily she was there. She's like, I'm a certified paramedic, like everybody stand back, whatever. I was holding his head.
it's a blessing.
Yeah, for real. Thank God for that lady. But yeah, some gnarly shit. The cops came and like, yeah, this guy was like, dude, I thought he was gonna fucking die. I straight up like I was looking at this guy, right?
So crazy.
And I'm holding his head in like my hands, and like he's not saying anything because like he just banged his head. He's like he had like a
Yeah.
gnarly concussion. And I was like, dude, this guy's gonna die in like my hands. I was
Yeah.
so like terrified of it, but luckily, he's like, I want to get up. So we sat him up.
fuck, dude.
Well, I asked the paramedic. I was like, "Is there any way you could like check to make sure he can sit up?" Because I know his back could have been fucking snapped
Yeah.
or something.
Literally.
So she's like, yeah. So she ran her fingers down like his spine.
No, I already.
No. And she ran her fingers just lightly down the spine, and then she was like, okay, he should be good to sit
I
up.
can't believe he was
Okay.
able to even say that much. Like, I want to sit up.
Dude, well, cause
Because you're going through so much.
dude,
shock
he was like in
at
and
that
out,
stuff.
and like he
I
looked
see.
like, you know how the Undertaker does like those eyes, like the white eyes, and
Oh,
they're like
really?
kind of like flip.
Rolled
He's
back and everything?
yeah. What
Holy
the fuck? You just did it. That's crazy.
Yeah, his eyes roll back
Yeah,
into his
and
head.
his eyes were rolling back, but he was like just making these grunting sounds. Like this guy was like,
Probably hurt
he was out.
so
Yeah.
insanely bad.
yeah, seriously, dude. Yeah, his like Patronus thing was like coming out of his like mouth and shit. But nah, yeah, it was fucking crazy. It was really fucked. But
Yeah, that's
um,
wild.
yeah, definitely some like scarring shit. But
Yeah. Man.
I think he's okay. Hopefully, I mean, he was able to sit up.
He went
Paramedics
to
were
the
there.
hospital.
If you're out there
Yeah.
watching this podcast,
Yeah,
Kick
seriously, man. Yeah.
No,
but
actually,
actually though, I
imagine
mean,
him.
if any of you guys,
He's like, hey, I'm that dude.
yeah, if
There's
any of
gonna
you
be
guys
some
are,
troll in the comments.
yeah,
for sure.
If any of you guys are watching this and like heard about this or heard like, oh, your cousin got hit or something like that,
True.
just anything like that. I mean, this is a really shot in the dark. But if you guys heard about it and like know the person, let me know, or Wesley, just find a way to contact us, because I do actually genuinely want to know if this guy's okay. So
For
yeah.
real.
But yeah, some gnarly shit. But I did learn that like life can change in a flash. Like
Yeah.
we were having such a good night, and then that happened, and then just a blur. Like after that, I was like,
Yeah, dude.
I just want to go home. Like this guy was like, yeah.
And the dude who hit him is just standing there the whole time.
Oh yeah, hands over head. Like I mean, these guys are both young. They're like mid 20s, and like, yeah, the guy that hit him, he was just standing on the side, like hands over his head, and yeah, and I just got a note on the side, but
Young
I
Jamie,
think so. As I was like, as he was bleeding out, I was like, okay, well, I need to cover his head with something. I need to wrap it, put some pressure on it, right? So I took off. I had a sweater over like a hoodie, so I took off the sweater, and I know I'm almost 100% positive. I might have taken off a camera bag that I had on my back before that, like on the floor next to this guy though.
Yeah.
And I had like a brand new camera that's not mine. It's my girlfriend's.
So I kind of found that funny. It was like, yeah, this guy almost died, but my camera.
Yeah. I mean, I told her I'm gonna pay back and all that stuff, but in the moment, dude, like my mind, like
Definitely more urgent things to
Yeah.
be concerned with in
Yeah,
that
I-
moment.
More
I
than the
mean,
camera.
nah, I mean, don't. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna pay all that stuff back, but
Yeah.
we haven't been able to find it. I need to call tomorrow and all that stuff and try to see if maybe the paramedics took it under the gurney, because they tried
Yeah.
taking my sweater under the gurney, and for some dumb reason, I was like, oh, can I have that? And then I come home and I was
That's
like,
not his.
yeah,
That's mine.
yeah. I came home and I was like, why did I ask for that? And then I like went outside in the morning and I saw the sweater. I was like, oh, it's a little red, because his head was wrapped in that.
Yeah.
But then we didn't realize that I left the camera there, because my mind just
Yeah.
blanked out.
Yeah.
And until like 3 or 4
Understandably.
days after, and then my girlfriend was like, oh, where's my camera? And I was like, what do you mean? I was like, is it not in your car? And she was like, no. And I was like, when did we last have it? And she was like, oh, Boise. I was like, fuck. So I'm pretty sure I dropped it there.
Must be.
And I'm going to be really pissed if like, there's a guy like almost dying, right?
Yeah.
And say some random guy just jacks this bag. As this guy, like I'm terrified
no,
that that's the
help him.
case. Yeah, for real. But I'm hoping that it's under the gurney, and it was under the gurney, and maybe they thought it belonged to him. But what's gonna make me more sad is if he's like, oh yeah, it's mine, and that's gonna suck.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of different scenarios. I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah.
hopefully I can find it. If I can't, I'm gonna pay it back. But
I mean, there's people like that, man. Like I remember
Yeah.
when we were lifeguards, one of the cases that we heard was somebody had saved another person's life. It was a girl,
shit.
and the girl turned around and tried suing the lifeguard for like assault.
Oh, what the?
Because of, like CPR, I mean, like as a
You
have to go there, and so the girl's like, he touched me when I was unconscious, and the lifeguard's
Oh
like, I was saving your life,
Bro,
Bro.
that's like that incredible shit where like he was like the guy like jumps off to
Yeah,
commit
yeah.
suicide and he like saves him, but then he sues him for like saving his life or some shit. It's,
because he broke his bones.
yeah.
Yeah, it's so stupid. But I remember, like, there are people like that, and
Oh
it's
my
insane.
God,
And
That
I
is
remember
crazy.
in that sense, they're like, you have to announce what you're doing. Like, I'm a lifeguard. I'm here to help I'm here to help this person out. I'm about
So
to do
is.
CPR. Like, you have to announce it.
Yeah.
Before you save somebody's life, you have to
Yeah.
put out like disclaimer.
Yeah.
I'm qualified.
Yeah, like I remember that
That's
too.
so
like,
whack.
Yeah.
So whack.
like learning the Heimlich maneuver.
Yeah.
Like
Oh, yeah.
I remember we laughed at it because at the time we were like in high school. But if it was like a kid, you have to like go up to the kid and be like, "You choking?" Are you choking? You're choking? And then they're like, "Ugh," and then you're like, okay, everybody, I'm here to
Step back.
I'm going to squeeze this child's chest.
My hands will be on his nipples, and I will push him down. We did have like an exercise in high school, right? Where like it was in the gym, and there was
Yeah,
like
but nobody
this
ever
fake-
took it
Yeah, dude, I
serious.
remember there was like a kid who
remember
was
that.
like pushing it down. He was like, like,
Yeah,
smacking
yeah.
Have you ever seen that video where like the guy's like in
I-
class and he's like pushing
I
down?
understand where teachers are like, yeah, you need to learn CPR and everything, but high school is not like the
That's not
greatest-
the- yeah,
because
no.
everybody's like, "Huh?"
Yeah, and they're like get in your own groups, and we're like, oh, it's fucked. When you get in your own groups, it's like, all right, where's the
nobody's
boys
gonna
at?
take it serious if it's
Yeah,
your own
yeah.
group, man.
Oh shit.
I actually almost got into a fight on that day with
Really?
Rainan of all people.
No,
That's what,
Rainan.
me and Rainan weren't friends at that time, and he was like, oh, he would make like terrorist jokes at me, right?
Well, we did that. Okay,
but like, look,
full disclosure.
fair enough though, you know, I don't blame him. Nah,
You're like,
remember
you're
we
like, it was kind of funny.
it was funny, yeah, it was.
I remember that was like the thing. Like, I
Yeah.
remember everybody's like, "Oh yeah, you're Italian. What's up, meatball?"
Yeah,
Yeah,
see,
cool.
but like back then, like
Awesome.
even then, like you know, it wasn't like whoa, you know, but like he would do it constantly. So I was like, all right, bro, you gotta knock that
Yeah,
shit off. And
yeah,
then
yeah.
we were in the
Oh,
library.
dude, I feel that when you're like, all right, too far.
Yeah, like once they just keep on saying it, you're like, all right, it's not funny anymore. Can you just like move on, right?
I remember the one time
yeah.
where you snapped at us was when we kept calling you Baljeet.
Dude, yeah, see, bro, like I've been called that shit my whole life. So after a while, I was like, all right, like this shit's kind of ass. Like it's annoying. I mean, now I don't really give a fuck. Like I have a fat nose. I'm
No,
brown.
I feel
get
that,
it.
dude. I think everybody can relate to that. Like, there's
Yeah.
like a joke, and you're like, oh, that's funny, and then they just like
Keep on
fucking
doing it.
hammer
Yeah.
you with it.
Yeah,
No,
to where you'll look in the mirror, you're like, are they right? No, I'm just kidding.
Just looking in the mirror, just maybe I am.
Yeah, they'd be like, are you there?
You're like, it's gone too far.
No, I think the one joke was freshman year. I just told this story yesterday. Freshman year, the elections, and Trump was elected.
Oh, Trump and Clinton.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that, and I remember I didn't watch the election. I just don't follow up with that.
Yeah, we don't
It's just
either.
not
Yeah.
my thing. But I remember that morning, I walked through the lunchroom doors, and there's a line of guys right there, just in the center. And as I walk in, they're like, "Hey, man, it was nice knowing you," like giving me a pat on the back and everything.
No way.
And I'll never forget it. I was like, "What the hell?" Like,
And they thought you were gonna get deported. Is that?
yeah, basically.
Oh
Because I
my
remember they're like, "Hey,
God.
what's
What
up,
the
man?" Like patting my
fuck?
back, and I didn't know. I
Dude.
didn't know the
couldn't
election.
put it
together.
I
Yeah.
didn't know, so I was like, "Oh, cool. This is a pretty dope way to like wake up,
Bro.
Like, it's pretty cool." And then Chase,
Oh my god.
Fuck those kids.
Chase, he came up to me and was like, "Hey, man, like you know why they're doing that, right?" And I was like, "No, why?"
Talking about
What's up?"
Carpenter, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. Holy shit, dude! You're
because
like
I went to-
unlocking a memory in my brain right now.
Yeah,
Like,
I remember he came up to me and he was like, "Hey, man, you know where they're doing that, right?"
Dude.
And I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "Dude, Trump got elected, and
Dude.
everybody thinks that Mexicans
Yeah.
are getting deported." I'm like,
What
"I'm
the
fifth
fuck?
generation at best."
bro, I actually just got the chills.
good.
Yeah, I remember that now. Like you unlocked because I remember literally kids would be I'd answer a question or some shit. Say for example in class.
Yeah.
I remember for like a solid month, people were like, "Oh, it's nice knowing you," and they'd be like, "Oh, well, he's not gonna be here too much longer, dude." Holy
yeah,
fuck!
dude, it was so stupid. I remember
That's
like the
fucked
day
up. I
have the
afterwards,
chills,
like,
dude. That's so
trucker- Like
fucked.
the guys that were like conservative flags and everything. on
Yeah,
their truck
yeah, the yee kids.
would like
yeah.
just pull up front and be like, "Bye, Mexicans. See you probably
Dude.
not tomorrow."
Yeah.
And then we'd
Probably
show
not
up tomorrow.
tomorrow.
Yeah, and we'd show up tomorrow and they're like, "What you doing here?"
Yeah. Absolute degenerate motherfuckers,
Fucking
dude. Holy
impersonation.
Dude, but like people like that are actually like
Oh.
the fucking
shit.
bottom
I
of the
bumped
barrel.
it.
They're the bottom feeders of like the
For real.
human race. Honestly, like they're disgusting, man. Like if you're one of those guys, fucking click off this video. We don't want you watch. We don't want you to listen to this shit.
Call that.
Swear to God, dude.
Yeehaw.
Like that shit's like
Yeehaw.
that's like fuck, dude. I
Roll
remember.
Tide.
I don't even remember like. I think I might have just blocked that part of my brain out. Like you unlocked that shit in my brain. That is so fucked.
No, dude, that like stuck
Yeah.
with me because I don't know.
Damn.
Like just stuff like that.
That's so fucked, dude. Yeah, that's actually crazy. That's mind-boggling, man.
Yeah.
Fuck those guys.
Fuck those guys.
That's ass.
These are the moments where I'm ashamed to be a white person when we
Uh,
talk about shit
see,
like this.
but like, I
We
mean,
have
I don't
to
want to
blow
get
white
too
people, I'm
much
sorry.
into that kind of stuff.
no, for real, huh?
But I mean, it comes down to the person. Color is
That's
something. You know,
I never
yeah.
really taken that account.
Yeah.
It's just like if you're nice to me, I'll be nice back.
exactly. Yeah.
That's just like my main thing.
The main thing is just also like it's not half the time. It's if the kids are like that, you got to look at the parents too, how they raised them. Or
That's what it is, bro.
Yeah, it's
That's what it
literally-
all boils
yeah.
down to.
if a kid's a brat, 90% of the time it's because their parents aren't taking. They're not showing them attention. If I mean,
oh my God, just like unlocked all the like bratty kids. and
yeah,
stuff.
like it's just the way it works though.
Oh
Like,
my God.
and if you have like, you know, a kid that's acting out and just constantly being a nuisance, it's because one, he either wants attention, or two, he got that same attention at home, like he was, you know,
It's
abused
just
or
lack of
whatever.
lack of
Yeah,
discipline,
it
dude.
just
Lack
it
of
comes
discipline.
yeah, it just comes down to who the parents are and what they did with the child. Like it's all it is.
I feel
that
bad.
whole-
I feel bad for parents like that. Like whenever I go to Target or anything else
Yeah.
like that, and the kid's like, "I want the Optimus
Oh.
Prime,"
Dude.
and like the mom's like, "Jason, we talked about this,
Dude, and
buddy."
yeah, and then they enable them. they enable them, man. It's so annoying. Like,
Dude, I was literally
yeah.
at work yesterday, last
trash.
night, and there's this kid who walks up and he like doesn't want to sit next to his little sister.
Oh,
And
God.
they're like fighting about this in the middle of the restaurant. I'm standing there with menus and silverware like, "Can you just sit the fuck down so I can get the hell out of here?" And then the
Kids,
kid
right?
the kid looks at me, he's like, "You can sit those down." And I'm like,
Oh
"No,
my God.
bro."
dude, what
Immediately, I like was this close to being like, "Sit the fuck down, you little shit." But luckily, I controlled myself. And then the dad starts to get all pissed off that it was fucking out of control.
Fucking hell, dude. Yeah, when I
Those
worked at
kids are ridiculous.
when I worked at Maverick, there was just fucking. We had this running joke, me and all my coworkers, because there's just candies. It's called slime lickers. I don't know what the fuck it is, but
It's
and
the thing you lick slime, obviously.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I
Bro.
mean, we all have them. I'm just kidding. But but yeah, they're like, oh, do you guys have any slime lickers? Like every single day, I shit you not. Do you have slime lickers? We're like, no, we're out. And we ended up getting to a point where we'd get phone calls and we'd be like, we don't have them, because there'd be kids and they'd be like, do you have slime lickers? And I'm like, bro, why are you calling us?
Oh my
like,
God, you
and
know
then
what-
there'd be like, is there any in the back room? I'm like, how do you know the fucking back room exists?
You know
like,
what that reminds me
I
of?
didn't
I
find
don't
You're
out.
know.
like 6.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, we don't have any. Fuck off. Like,
That reminds me of the Super
Dude,
Toads
yeah.
thing from
That's so
GameStop. You know what I'm
ridiculous.
talking about? Where like people kept calling about the Super Toads video game. and
Oh,
GameStop's
yeah,
like,
yeah.
we don't have it.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
that-
yeah.
that's
It was
what
like a
that
meme.
reminds me
Yeah,
of.
yeah. Fucking hell. Or it's like, do you guys have boneless pizza? And like, they'd be like, wait, our pizza doesn't have bones
the
on
pizza
it. They're like, but I want the
boneless.
pizza boneless. Yeah, it's so stupid.
Take the gluten out the bread.
Yeah.
Love those videos, man. No, man. I remember working at Dutch Bros. You had some like really shitty kids.
Fuck, man.
Like I remember there was a kid. The mom just ordered a drink for herself, and the kid started freaking out. He's like, "I want my not so hot, blah blah blah." And the mom's like,
Oh,
"Well,
God.
you don't get your not so hot because you were bad." And I'll never forget it. And I make this joke every single time. The kid's like, "I'm gonna say the fuck word now." And I was like, "If fuck isn't the fuck word, what's the fuck word?" Like I didn't get an answer, so they just drove off. And I was like, "What? Like
I'm
what the
so
hell?"
dead.
Oh my
I'm gonna say the
God.
fuck word now. That's so funny. That's so funny.
Other than that, like I'll see kids like sometimes it's adorable, but sometimes I'm like I worry for that kid. Like,
Yeah.
there was a girl. She's like, "Oh yeah, my daughter wants to order," and the girl like rolls down the window. And she goes, "Caramel macchiato," and then just like rolls it up. I'm like, wow, like that's adorable, but you are gonna be a crappy teenager.
Yeah, holy shit. Dude, the not so hots, even until I was like, honestly, like a sophomore in like high school, I'd be like, oh, not so hot. Like, they'd be like, they'd look at me, and I'm like, bro, fuck the Rebels, give me a not so hot.
Dude,
Like,
I would drink
shit
that all the time. And
bussin'.
people would look at me so weird.
Yeah.
Like even when I work there, like I'd make a not so hot. I put some coconut in there.
Bro,
Super
bussin',
good,
dude.
super good, and
Yeah.
some whipped cream as well. It was super sweet, and I loved it. And everybody's like, "You're not getting a coffee." I'm like, "Shut up,
Dude,
Okay,
yeah.
I like not so hots.
Yeah, that's
it's
what I'm
my
saying.
thing."
For me, I was never really into like anything energy wise, like coffee, Red Bull, any of that shit until like I started working at Amazon, to be frank. And then I
Damn.
drink like 3 or 4 a night. Like that
That'll
shit
do
was
it.
bad.
I wasn't a huge like I drink coffee here and there.
Yeah.
Before Dutch, but I remember my first shift at Dutch Bros. Every hour on the hour, somebody's like, "Everybody gather around. We're shotgunning
Oh,
Rebels."
I knew you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god!
Okay.
And I remember there was a point where I was like, nah, I don't want to do it. And oh,
I've
man,
always
it-
wondered what happens when somebody who works at Dutch is like,
Dude,
yeah,
'cause
I think
I,
I'm
I
good.
remember the first time I did it. Like I said no. It was like a Black Mirror episode. Everybody's like, what? You don't want a shotgun or a Rebel? You sure? How about we take some shooters or coffee? And I'm like, like my
God.
stomach's hurting, and it's like
You're like,
he's breaking the system.
Yeah, dude. I mean, no offense to all these Dutch Bros guys.
I love you
but,
guys. Love you.
dude, yeah,
I love my Dutch
I
fam.
feel like every single day I'll see on like somebody's story, they'll just be fucking. There's every
facts.
single day.
I,
I'm like,
you
bro.
know, I have those, and like I have coworkers that I enjoyed shotgunning.
Of
with.
course,
Like, I
yeah.
have a guy named Tony. Like everybody in my friend group knows Tony.
Yeah, yeah.
That guy's like super chill. Tony, I know you watch the podcast, buddy. Hi.
Tony, if you do, man, I fucking love you.
But yeah, like there were certain people that I really enjoyed it with, but sometimes like people took it way too far. Like, I remember there was one time a guy was like, "Hey man, you're gonna do the shotgun, and I'm gonna pour a shot of coffee as you're doing the shotgun down the hole." I'm like, "What the hell?"
Oh my god.
Like, it was
Wow.
overkill. I think the only time where I was like, "Yeah, I need to overkill it," was Thanksgiving, and we shotgun cold brews. Do not suggest that.
It doesn't.
It was so disgusting.
I mean, I don't shotgun in general, but I can't really shotgun. I did it once with a certain beverage. It was
Some
pretty.
water.
It was pretty loco.
Oh, you're talking about Liquid
And-
Death.
Yeah.
Which is today's sponsor.
Nice.
Oh, dude, one day.
Yeah,
One
no,
day.
I tried with it was a bit loco and it was fucking disgusting. It was
Nasty.
I like came out of my nose. It was like and it like it was such an L, bro.
no.
It was such an L. It was really golden and pretty loco. So yeah, it was an L.
Yeah, them shits are nasty.
Yeah,
man.
definitely rough.
But that's the reason why everybody's so happy at Dutch Bros.
They're fucking
'Cause they're all just
they're like,
hyped up.
where's my rebel? They're like,
Basically,
dude.
man, I knew a couple of people where they needed Rebel, like they
Oh
would
my
have
God.
like withdrawal almost.
I fucking
Jesus.
bet.
Like you, and it's worse because like at Dutch, it's free. If you work at Dutch Bros, your drinks are free,
damn.
and you don't even have to be on the clock or anything. You like pull through. And I used
Oh,
to do that, like, hey,
that's
can I have
pretty
a
cool.
tea?
Yeah.
Like, I'd always get tea. That was my main thing.
That's
but
what I
there
get
were
every
people
time I
where
go
it's
there.
like, I need an extra large Rebel. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why? No, you don't. You don't
No,
need
recently
that.
I've been drinking tea like a lot actually.
Me too.
Like well, yeah, I don't know. Tea kind of hits different now. It's well because of my girlfriend, but like I always hated tea, but I started inching into like the boba, and then the tea was pretty busting, and like I found myself drinking chai tea. Like
Chai tea.
Chai
like
tea's pretty
I'll
good.
be like, "Oh, can we have chai tea? And like I'll be like, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll fucking drink chai tea.
I always
Tea's
get
really
London
good.
Fogs. Those are my favorite.
Which ones?
London Fog. It's Paris tea with vanilla and cream.
I like I like kind of like sweet type shit.
Oh, yeah.
So is that
Really?
You'll like it.
and
Yeah, man.
London Fog?
London Fog.
Say less. What do
Yeah.
you? What you
I
sipping
drink all
on?
sorts of tea. Fucking mint tea, green tea,
Yo,
jasmine
mint sounds
tea.
bussin'.
Fucking
Brisk.
The like yogi love tea or the fucking detox. I don't know, dude.
You
I
guys
just
ever
drink
had
all of
yerba?
it. Yeah, yerba. Yeah. Like
yeah.
they come in like the can, the yerba
Yeah,
mate.
yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
no! I mean, I
Those are
looked at
dank.
it. Yeah,
They have a lot of caffeine in them.
it says like guac on it or some shit. I just
Yeah.
remember that
Guanky
because
slush.
every time Quinton would buy one, I'd be like guac slosh and like every single time because I just look at it and it reminded me of that.
You know,
but,
just
yeah.
just hearing you do the guanky slush, I had to think about it the other day because I was listening to the podcast, and one thing you did throughout high school so much
Oh,
was
God.
dabbing.
Nah, bro, you don't gotta bring that into the. You don't gotta bring that into the.
And I'll,
like, the
when I
world,
thought
you know?
about it, this
Oh.
burning image stuck in my head. It was something
Stop,
stupid at the
bro.
lunch table, and something
he's about to get
happened, like somebody
exposed.
dropped it, and
Stop,
Don't
stop.
get me wrong, because I
Stop.
did stupid shit, and I did stupid stuff in high school too. But I'll never forget it. Just, and then your arm did the thing, like your arm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the double jointed shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I remember you would do that, and I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, I was so mind blown as a kid.
I'm so confused.
Okay, so if you guys are watching,
You've
this,
never shown him this?
you've
You
never
gotta-
seen my
You
arm,
guys have been
right?
friends
Maybe.
for how long?
I don't know.
I feel
Dude, you know
special.
what?
I'm
No,
surprised.
honestly, him and I only became friends pretty much like this last summer. Like,
pretty much.
and now we're doing a fucking podcast. It's gnarly shit.
Yeah.
But if you guys are watching this on the watching it, you guys are in for maybe a treat. Some people find it cool, some people find it disgusting. But I'm double jointed.
I thought it was like the coolest.
So on both of my arms,
sorry to
I'm
expose
double
you like
jointed.
it.
No, you're good.
I'm fascinated.
So
at this
double
point.
on both my arms are double jointed. When I was a baby, when I broke my arm, my left one is more double. It could bend more than my left. I mean, than my
Weird.
right. But they could all bend one certain way.
What the
So, so my left arm could do that, right? And then my right arm could do it a little bit too.
That's not okay.
but my left definitely goes a lot more.
Oh, it looks like it's broken. It looks
Yeah,
like
I
it's
mean,
dislocated or
it's-
something.
It was
It's
great
not-
too.
Yeah.
I never seen that one.
It's not. Yeah, I mean,
What the
I don't do it
fuck?
as much anymore. I used to like. It used to be like a party trick, but
Yeah.
You did inquire too. 'Cause I remember like whipping
Yeah.
nanny was a thing, and you're like,
Oh yeah. Fuck you. Yeah.
I'm like one to talk because I've messed
Yeah,
up
because your fingers are
You know, I have messed up fingers.
Yeah, I
don't
remember
know if
that.
They could see it on the camera, but my middle finger knuckle is bumped back,
Yeah.
and so is my pinky finger.
Did you break
So-
your hand?
No, just God looked at me and was like, "This one's gonna have fucked up." fingers." And so, yeah, like if you hold your hands up, my fingers go
Whoa.
like
Yeah.
Wi-Fi routers, and it's crazy because like, really,
Wi-Fi routers.
it's like I have tiny ass pinkies too, and it's embarrassing. I'm 21, and I'll like go up to my niece and everything. And I'll be like, "Pinky promise," and she'd be like, "Fuck yeah!" And her pinky
Like wraps
will
around
wrap
it
around,
three
and I'm like, God
times.
damn, dude.
It overlaps
This is
your pinky.
embarrassing. I remember like holding hands with my girlfriend at the time. She's like, "Where the fuck is your? What happened to your pinky?" And I'm like, "Oh
It's just-
yeah,
it's just non-existent.
tiny."
Damn.
It's pretty great.
I think it's cool though.
It's
I don't know. I
hilarious.
think of them as like gifts. Like for me, like I've always thought like, dude, I one year for Halloween I want to be in like a really I want to like have a really good makeup artist do me as like a zombie. And then I can sort of be like,
Just like that.
like dude, straight like limping and shit.
That's a good idea.
But I don't do it as much. I used to like pull it out all the time, like, oh look at this, but like now, cause I know that when I'm older, it's gonna fucking like it's gonna hurt. Like my joints are
Maybe.
gonna hurt there.
You're gonna do it as a joke to your grandkids,
and
and you're gonna be like,
it's gonna be fucking stuck. Yeah, it's gonna be stuck one day.
that way?
But I remember in like college, and there was like it was Business 101, and you know, fat ass lecture, like 120 kids or whatever, and I sat kind of in the front, and I was like yawning, and you know, naturally you'll yawn, but for me to actually stretch, I'd fucking bend my arm, and I remember I saw the professor look at me, and he was like. He like stopped. I was like, oh fuck. And then he was like, do it again. And I was like, oh fuck. Because you know they have like those
Screw
mic.
business.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
We're focusing.
Yeah,
on
we're
you,
talking
man.
about
This is
some
way more
fucking like
important.
yeah. We're going on some Excel sheets and all this crazy shit. Like,
Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
what's the profit margin and all this shit. And you know they have a microphone that goes to fucking everybody.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck. So instantly, like the back of my head started getting warm because I felt all the eyes like just
No.
beaming in on me. And I was like, he was like, do that again. And I was like, oh fuck. So I was like, and then
Everybody's like, oh.
yeah, everybody was like, ugh. And then like after everybody was like, yo, dude,
That cannot
dude,
be
how do
real.
you do that? And I was like, bro, fuck my life, man.
Damn.
You should have given him like some fake thing. It's like you have to soak your arm in hot water every
Nice,
night.
yeah,
for
True.
24 hours.
But long story short, after that, I stopped showing up a lot of the time because, dude, it's
I
so
brought it back.
annoying. Yeah, you did bring it back. I forgot I could do that, honestly. Like I hadn't done that in a while, but yeah,
It's like seared in my brain.
yeah, that's crazy. Fuck.
Yeah.
In elementary too, I'd be walking around the playground and I'd be like, "Whoa!" and I'd just be fucking
Just like,
bobbing
"Get away,
around.
it's
I remember during the soccer game one time, I like pretended to fall, and then Kai has the video, and then I'm like, oh shit, and like it pretended to be broken, but it wasn't at all. It's funny as fuck though. I always
That's
did
a
wish
good
I like
bit.
pulled like a prank on like a principal or something like that, like oh fuck, and like actually take it to like
Yeah.
like the nurse or whatever and be like, oh my god, like your arm's broken. I wanted to take it that far, but I just never did. I wish I did though.
My
Would have
mom
been
would
funny.
not allow me to do that.
Yeah, I probably would have got. I mean, it would have been worth it though, like because now I would have a story to tell on the podcast. But,
Yeah.
That's facts.
yeah, I don't know, gnarly shit.
Dude, that's just wild. Dude, you guys got me cracking up over here. I haven't said a word because I'm like dying.
Fuck. Side note, I am really hyped about this. It's like just kind of buzzing in my brain for the past like, I mean, year to be honest. But we're getting close. We're 7 days away. No, 5 if you watch it open like midnight release. Spider-Man No
Dude,
Way
we
Home.
got our tickets.
Oh shit.
Spider-Man No Way
We got our
Home.
tickets. We're hyped.
When are you guys watching it?
16th.
So opening night.
Yes,
Opening night?
sir.
Oh fuck.
Yes, sir.
So so me and my girlfriend, I got those tickets, but I went to Infinity War Endgame. We watched Days of Future Past. Yeah. We watched that, but yeah, I stopped. I didn't like the opening shows for those. I liked them, but the people clapping and fucking yelling and shit,
I
it was
think
a
that's
little
the best thing.
it was
I
cool,
loved
but
it.
for this one, dude, for this I need this. If it's gonna, have
This is for me.
if
Everybody
it's
shut up.
gonna have like Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield in there, if it does, I want to be able to sit back in my chair and like, I don't want.
TikToks of it
That's
too, where
facts.
it's like POV, a kid's in my seat.
Dude,
Endgame,
if
like-
there's a baby crying, I'm gonna go to the parent and be like, hey, I'm gonna be like respectfully like, shut that baby up or like take him out, because like, dude, I wanna
Oh, man.
I wanna experience this and like just take everything, and I don't want people being like, wow. I mean, it's
I'm-
fun though. Don't get me wrong, it is. But
I'm really weird.
yeah.
One of my biggest pet peeves is when people talk in the theater.
Yeah.
Like that's my biggest pet peeve. But for Endgame and
Yeah.
everything else like that, like even Star Wars, when people were like, "Whoa!" like freaking out, I'm like, "Okay, this is cool."
Yeah.
like this is really cool
That's
because you're a
true.
part of like that experience.
Yeah, I kind of
But-
fall victim to being a talker sometimes. Depends. If I'm really grasped
I
into it,
understand because
yeah.
like, what was it? Me and him went to go see Halloween Kills. I'm telling the story. So we went to Halloween Kills, and while we were watching it, we made commentary to each other, like random memes, like
Right.
yeah, just out of nowhere. But he invited some friends, and they would not shut up during the movie.
Damn.
And I remember like I'm very chill. I'm very like relaxed with people.
Yeah.
So I remember when they were like laughing and screaming, I was like, "Oh, hey guys, like, shh," and they're like, "Oh, okay, sorry." And then another
2
kill
seconds
happens.
later.
No, seriously, another kill happens on the screen, and you hear, "Oh, wow, that's a lot of blood!" And I like looked over at them, and then I looked behind me, and the people behind us are like, "Fucking," and I'm like, "Cool." Now I'm associated with these people,
No.
and now I look like an idiot.
Oh,
So that was like pissing me off, and it was to the point where I
Yeah.
looked at my like T, and I was like, "No more." Like
Yeah.
if I'm seeing a movie, I'm seeing it with you because you
fair
understand.
enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit. Nah, this movie. Back to No Way Home. Sorry. By the time this episode comes out, that movie will be out.
It was the best movie ever.
Hopefully, dude. If Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield are in there, fucking thank God. But
That's gonna be wild.
I'm so me and my girlfriend, we're watching back those movies right now.
Yeah.
We're on Spider-Man. We're almost about to finish Spider-Man 2. Final fight scene. And then we're on Spider-Man 3, and we're just gonna watch Amazing Spider-Man 1 and 2. We're skipping Tom Holland's because they're pretty recent. We kind of know what happens in them. But fuck, dude, I'm so like just thinking about it, like I'm shaking a little bit. You know? Yeah, it's. I'm excited about it, man. I'm excited. I'm nervous,
I love
but I'm
movie
excited.
Experiences like that, and I love the stories that they have with them. Like when we went to go see Endgame,
Oh God.
we always go to the store and we'll like pack up on snacks.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Because movie theaters, their prices are too
Yeah,
expensive.
you'll pay
Right.
for
but
the food, and it'll be as much as the tickets, if not more. Yeah.
Endgame, we heard it was going to be a while. Like it was going to be a long movie.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we packed up
Up to
on
3 hours.
snacks, and this idiot bought a whole value pack of Pop Tarts.
Yo.
Let's go.
It's not a bad idea.
Yeah,
It's
that's not a bad idea.
But you have to take into consideration
The crinkling.
The crinkling.
Oh fuck.
So I'll never forget it, and we always joke about it because I had my pockets full. I even put some like in the
Yeah.
pants. Like I was like covered in Pop Tarts.
Your ass
And-
was
Dedicated.
No, and I'll never forget it. We were in line, and the lady's like next, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, and the lady looks at me, I'm like, one
Drop
for
'em.
Endgame, please. And she's like, all right. And I was like, thank you very much.
I feel like
Like just like walking around with crinkling.
I'm
And it got
fucking
even
dead.
better when we got into the theater
Oh,
because we
God.
would airdrop, like we'd make a Snapchat photo and airdrop people where we're like, anybody want a Pop Tart?
I'm
And then all of a
fucking
sudden, like
dead.
somebody in the back, like me, we're like, cool, and then just like throw it. Like it was great. And what else? Like,
It's like
a
Tony
guy-
Stark's dying, and then he's like, "I am Iron Man," and he's like dying, and you're just like, "Yeah, fucking just munching on some pop."
No, I was really scared because when everybody started dying, I remember I moved forward in my seat, like, no, like this is happening.
Yeah.
And when I left, it was, and I was like, oh fuck, I have to stay in this position now because if I move, more
Everybody's gonna
crinkling
hear
will
it.
happen. And
Yeah.
yeah, because everybody was dusting, and everybody's like.
Yeah.
I remember
Bro.
that too, and like some guy from Verizon came in, and the Verizon uniforms looked familiar, like similar to the theater ones.
Yeah.
So as we were handing out Pop Tarts, we're like, "Oh shit, guys, like we're gonna
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
gonna get kicked out." And he's like, "Oh no, man, I work at Verizon." We're like, "Oh,
Fair enough.
want Pop Tart?"
No,
Yeah,
for real.
fair enough, dude. Yeah.
Pop Tart's great.
Nah, those midnight events though, like the release events, are fucking sick. Like for Infinity War and Endgame, I think honestly for me, Infinity War was more hyped than Endgame. Just because I wanted to see how the fuck it was gonna like, what's gonna happen in this one to lead to Endgame, right? And once everybody started dusting,
switched it.
I was like, bro, the movie's gonna end with him fucking sitting down with the sunset, like as he said.
Yeah.
And it's exactly what happened. But when like Spider-Man does, I mean, everybody was like fucking
Every
crying.
girl was like, "Oh my god,
Mr. Stark. Like, I don't
Yeah.
want to go. I don't want to go. And I was like,
remember
all
I was
right,
like,
dude.
oh,
Like, come
man.
on, man.
Nah.
Oh,
No, I
fuck.
remember walking out, like you felt so defeated walking out that theater.
Yeah.
And I remember there was people in front of us like crying, and there was another line for the next showing. And so people are crying,
Walking
walking,
out
out. And the guy's like, dude, like he grabbed my arm, and he's like, what happened? I'm like, I can't tell.
Yeah,
Damn.
Dude,
dude.
just like walked away. It was like, I don't know, man. I don't even know how to explain it. It just felt weird, just like having that guy be like, "You need to tell me." What
Yeah.
happened."
Dude, those
I-
movies
You need to
drive
see
people
it for
crazy.
yourself.
They I mean it's like I don't know, it's well I mean for I think MCU I think the way it stands out from like Star Wars, don't get me wrong, Star Wars and Harry Potter are fucking sick, but even Lord of the Rings, but these are like 20 movies to
Yeah.
lead up to that final shit. Like 20 that's like over like 200 hours or some shit like
Like I remember seeing
Pretty
Iron
much.
Man in theaters as a kid.
dude, yeah, that
so
was
when Iron Man
fucking
died, I
amazing.
remember like crying.
Yeah.
And my sister was like, "Are you crying right now?"
Yeah.
I'm like, I watched this movie.
Yeah, of course,
Like
yeah.
I've waited years.
You grew up
for-
with that
yeah,
motherfucker.
I
Yeah,
grew
yeah,
up with these
yeah.
movies, and
Yeah.
like it was really cool. So
My man was
yeah.
Captain America though. Like I cried when Iron Man died, but for me when Cap was old sitting on the bench, I was like fuck, and I started like crying.
No,
and
no, I
then
don't think I
yeah,
will.
and then when he was dancing with like Peggy, I was like oh man, and I
wasn't
couldn't
a
help
huge
but
fan of
cry.
Captain America.
Fair
Like,
enough,
That,
yeah,
that was
yeah.
just me, but I do remember seeing him dance with Peggy. I was
Yeah.
like, damn.
That was
That's-
wholesome, yeah.
That's a good.
The most selfish person being selfish, and I think he deserved to be selfish
He
at that point.
deserved it.
Yeah, he's just
And now
giving
there's
himself what he
rumors that
deserves.
he's like coming back to the MCU.
Ah man, I honestly I hope not, but I just feel like the way they ended it, even with like Iron Man, I feel like the way they ended it with them, just let it be.
Yeah.
Like you know they
agree.
they were in that shit for 10 plus. It was like a 10 movie deal, right? So like
Mm-hmm.
for them to be that like much into it, like just
Yeah.
let their characters be dead and
I
whatnot.
feel
Move
bad
on.
for those actors though. Like
Yeah,
Robert
they're
Downey Jr.
forever
like,
gonna be
because
Iron
Robert
Man.
Downey Jr. right afterwards he did
Doolittle.
was it Doolittle?
Yeah.
Doolittle, and
Yeah.
everybody didn't go see it.
Nobody
he's
fucking-
like, he's
yeah.
not Iron Man.
Yeah.
He's not Iron Man. And I remember, was it Knives Out when Chris Evans popped up on the screen? I remember somebody being like, "Oh, look, it's Captain America."
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man,
He did pretty good in that movie.
That movie
though.
was actually
Yeah, that
fire.
was
I
sick.
like that movie.
We loved that
Yeah.
movie, but still, it's just I feel bad for that.
It's
on-
every
it's-
every
yeah.
time you see his face, you know that it's Captain America, and it
Yeah.
kind of like takes you out of the movie. For
It does a
second.
little bit. It's like Mark Hamill. Like you'll look at him, Luke, or even Hayden Christensen.
that's
he
the
didn't play
Joker.
much, but
Yeah.
Anakin. You know, like
yeah.
Yeah.
it's that price you pay when you pay somebody.
Has he
So
ever been in any other movie?
yeah, he was in
Hayden
a couple.
Christensen?
I think
For
he was
sure.
like in Jumper or some shit. Yeah, he was in a couple different weird ones. He wasn't critically
Jamie
acclaimed.
Google that? No, I'm
Yeah,
kidding.
he wasn't like critically acclaimed for any of them. I mean, his most known are definitely Star Wars. A lot of people just stop acting, so he stopped.
I know
But
he's coming back.
he's
as Darth
coming back.
Vader
He's
as
coming back.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan and in Ahsoka as well. So I'm excited for
I
that.
don't know. I feel like Disney kind of announced it. Like I think they should
Yeah.
have kept that as a secret.
Yeah,
Because they're like, oh, Ewan McGregor
That
is
would've
coming back
popped
as
off.
Obi-Wan, and all of a sudden Darth Vader pops up, and you look in the
And-
credits, and it's like, boom.
yeah.
I
Or
feel
like
like the world.
yeah,
would've
it
gone
like
a
goes
lot
into his
crazier.
eyes a little
True.
bit, and you see
Yeah.
that you're like, that's fucking Hayden. Or you like maybe a part of his helmet breaks, and you see like a little bit of his face, like, and
Oh,
you
that's
see
obviously Hayden.
you hear
Yeah.
him a little bit, like, bro.
Yeah,
you're fucking
that would have
nutty,
been a lot
but-
cooler. But everybody's
yeah.
like, oh yeah, by the way, he's back.
Yeah,
They just want to build as much hype for it as they can.
And honestly, it's fucking everybody's excited for that shit. So
I'm
I
excited
mean,
for it.
everybody
I love
knows
Star
about
Wars.
it. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's gonna be hype. But shit, yeah, fuck. I don't know how long is this thing been going on.
That's a great question.
57? Is that what that says?
Whoa.
57.
We're almost done.
Fucking gnarly. Yeah. Shit. Anything else, man? Do you have anything else to?
I don't really have anything.
Yeah. Sorry, we kind of just nerded out right now, but I
No,
like
dude,
it.
we've been
That
going
was
off.
the
I
Gal
fuck with it.
podcast.
Yeah, I love that.
I don't know. I mean, I talk about.
Man, maybe I can. I was thinking about a little segment that I could maybe possibly do.
What's
Okay,
that?
let's try it.
I mean, I'll just come up with some on the top of my head. It's gonna be like this or that type shit. So like, apple juice or orange juice.
Apple
one's-
juice.
Orange.
Ooh, apple and orange.
Yeah,
Shit. Okay.
I like apple juice.
Fair enough.
Fuck. Soccer or football?
Soccer.
None of them.
None. Oh, you're not.
I mean,
you're not
that's
big.
that's low key. I low key feel that, but
I don't
Okay,
know.
fair enough.
It's like I'll follow up with it, but I don't know. I never get to the extent of my dad's like yelling at the screen and everything. I'm just like,
Okay.
yeah, cool sports.
yeah, I
Fair
remember
enough.
that.
Fair enough. PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation. No questions about it.
I'm
Yeah.
PlayStation for sure. Yeah.
Like I've always played Xbox, but like I low key like I know PlayStation.
There's,
is
PlayStation
there's,
be
only,
better.
there's only
Yeah.
one thing
I-
I want
I
an
know.
Xbox right now for, and it's Halo Infinite.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's free multiplayer as well. But
Yeah.
for me, honestly, I was never really into Halo, but Forza, I like Forza a lot. It's like for every car guy, like that shit's like.
Yeah.
So
I think
yeah.
the only game I ever played like that was like into it and it was about cars was like Need for Speed on PlayStation.
Need for Speed was sick though. That was fun.
it.
Yeah.
Everything else, I'm just like, it's
Like
another car game.
Underground or Most Wanted. was
Most
sick.
Wanted. Yeah.
Hot Pursuit 2 is my shit a lot too. But
Mhm.
damn, what else? What else? Do you have any little this or that?
Fuck, I don't know.
I probably should have came a little bit more prepared, but I was like
Tacos or sushi.
sushi.
sushi. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Works at a sushi
Yeah,
place.
I was gonna say he works at a
Yeah,
sushi
I
place.
was
Yeah,
about
yeah.
to say.
Sushi is there.
Fuck,
Fortnite or PUBG?
dude.
Neither.
Honestly, Prime neither. Damn.
Probably
wait.
not.
Damn.
I'd probably pick Apex if anything.
Apex
pretty
is
good.
sick.
Who do you
Yeah.
run?
Dude, I don't know. I haven't played in so
I was
long.
Bangalore. I was a
I
Bangalore.
used to
man.
play
Yeah.
a lot of Pathfinder, I guess.
Pathfinder was dope. I liked him. Yeah.
Swinging around was fun.
Yeah.
I usually play Mirage.
Mirage
Oh,
was
that's
fire
the guy
too.
who does like.
Ever since they
shit.
changed it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, but out of PUBG and Fortnite, Prime Fortnite, man, I don't know anything can beat that for me. I mean, other than like MW2 or like the old like Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, but Prime Fortnite, man, like I remember junior year, you'd get off of school, I'd fucking, take the bus ride home or whatever, sadly, and then as soon as I got home, fucking threw my backpack.
Yeah.
All right, boys, where we fucking dropping?
You were
Like,
not wrong,
Dude.
bro. I remember playing before like soccer practice, like trying
Yeah,
to get in one
bro.
last game before I had to go in the summer, like
bro,
right when
yeah.
it first came out.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be one of the. I mean, I know there's always those guys that are like, "Oh, dude, I listened to them before they came out," or "Oh, I was on them before this happened,"
Yeah,
you know.
yeah,
But I shit you not, I was like, because Sony was having some like like some, they have like the press conferences that they have,
Yeah, yeah.
and they'll release like announce games and shit. Well, this game Fortnite, I was like, oh, that looks sick, and it's like battle royale. I was like, whoa. I was like, consoles have never had a battle royale up to
Yeah.
this point. I was like, there's always been like Minecraft, Hunger Games, and there's been PUBG that really popped off,
Totally forgot
H1Z1.
about Minecraft.
But that was all on PC.
Totally forgot
So
about
being a non-PC guy and seeing Battle Royale, I was like, dude, holy fuck. And that's like Hunger Games is the reason, like survival, like on Minecraft. That was why I started watching YouTube, was because of Minecraft. And I was, dude, this survival thing looks
Facts.
so fun. I'd be like Captain Sparkle, Sunday, fucking Syndicate, all that
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Syndicate.
Dude, yeah. And once I saw it, I was like, holy fuck. So I texted all the boys. Dude, I was like, dude, just wait for this game.
Yeah.
And as soon as it dropped, I fucking downloaded it, bro. That's when the gold scar was like, I was like shaking. Bro. Nobody was building
No,
either.
for real.
Dude, nobody was
Dude,
building.
and if anybody did build, they just built like a 1x1 like tower.
Yeah, like a little thing, or like even back then, like
The good
if
old
you get to
days.
like the final circle, bro, everybody would build like the fat ass bases.
Yeah.
To where it wasn't like the fucking twin towers instantly or whatever, because when you
Yeah.
when you shoot somebody, they're like just fucking instantly.
Dude, so
But-
we like recently hopped on because
Yeah.
we kept seeing like Spider-Man. and
Yeah,
everything
yeah, I
on
saw
there.
that. Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. I've always postponed it, and then we played basically this year, and we're like, oh, this is stupid easy. I don't
Yeah.
know, like why
Was
we
it?
waited so. Dude, we win like all the time.
Dude, you know
So-
why? It's because nobody, like, no gamers play anymore.
Yeah.
Like, dead ass,
Yeah.
my mom literally plays Fortnite.
No way.
I'm not even
That's
playing,
sick
bro.
as fuck though. Shout out your
And
mom.
I can
my
only imagine
sister
like going
plays-
over to like my
Yeah,
parents'
she's
house
like-
and see my parents like he's
She's
on
like,
me.
he's knocked. He's
He's
knocked.
on me.
Yeah.
No,
He's low.
literally,
Shit's
bro.
broke.
Sometimes I'll be in my room and she'll be screaming like, "Fuck that 5-year-old" or like some stupid shit, bro. Who knows?
I can imagine.
It's a possibility.
Because it's a joke every single time. Whenever we get a kill, on the bottom left, it shows like if people are watching you still,
Right.
because you can still see them.
Yeah.
Respect.
And every single
Spectators.
time I see it, I'm like, oh yeah, we got to do the Rick dance, because I have
Oh,
like the Rick
fucking
dance demo,
dead,
and I'll play
yeah.
that until that little eyeball goes away.
Damn.
Like I just,
yeah,
I
little
just clown
spectator thing on
people- I
top,
just
right?
The
clown
Yeah.
on
BM.
people so much with
Yeah.
that, because it's like I never play that game, and you just got
Shit,
killed by
yeah.
somebody that like rarely plays that game. That
Yeah.
just proves how easy it is.
Yeah, when Prime
It's definitely
Fortnite was
changed.
popping though, man, that was. But then again, I was thinking about this the other day. Like, if you would have told me, fucking in junior year of high school, like, dude, one day you're gonna be able to fucking play as Rick and then knock down Travis Scott while Ariana Grande is doing the fucking whipping Nene over his ass.
Oh my god.
And then like while fucking
Dwayne Johnson.
yeah, while The
this
Rock
game,
is
too.
like fucking having you in his sights, like, bro, I'd be like, dude, fuck off, like,
Like,
you're
yeah, right.
you're
Just
fucking
making
geeking
stuff
right now.
up.
But it's
And that's
it's
reality
impressive.
now.
Yeah, it's honestly impressive, like how far that game's come. But,
That's true.
Yeah.
It's that and like VR chat.
Dude.
Those two games freak me out a little
So
bit.
I
VR is just
dude,
freaky in general, honestly.
yeah. So I don't have anything to play on anymore at all. But
Oh, dude,
you
Oculus
used to.
guy right here.
I had like a crazy PC, right, and then I had a Oculus Rift. Bro, VR is hands down. I mean, the metaverse is already, everybody knows it's a future already. But
Yeah.
when I first put that shit on, I was like, it's Ready Player One is gonna
It's
be real.
over.
Like, dude, you'd hop on like Pavlov and shit, which is like this FPS.
I
game.
remember playing that. That
Bro.
game was actually fun.
Bro, and you have the proximity chat, all that shit, even VR chat, bro.
Yeah.
You choose. Oh, let me go mob with the boys into an apartment. So you spawn into like a world that's just an apartment, right? And there's a bunch of random people. I remember talking to like girls that were from fucking England and be like, oh yeah, like
weren't
what's your
girls,
Snapchat
man.
and shit, and like, dude, but
Those
it's,
weren't
no,
girls,
no,
bro.
it's weird as fuck because
thought.
that's why it's scary though, because they'll be like in some anime like characters, and then you'll see like this giant fucking Godzilla character. Like, but when you're in it, like it's to scale, so you'll see like a fucking Godzilla like in a fucking apartment. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
He has a VR headset, and I think the only things I played was like Beat Saber.
Beat Saber's fun though.
Beat Saber seems fun.
What else did I play? Five Nights at Freddy's.
Shit, yeah.
The Walking Dead.
Oh yeah, there's that one. Yeah.
There was another one where it was like a sword duel game. What was that one called, T? The sword duel.
I know what you're talking
dude,
about.
it has like the Star Wars mod and
shit.
shit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Dude,
Dude,
it's a weird game though, but it's like
there's like mods and shit for it too, right? And
it's a
oh,
multiplayer game.
oh,
Yeah.
because I know that there was one where you could do like a Star Wars mod, right? And you're fighting.
That's
what's
For
it
Honor.
called? Oh my god, that was like my favorite one to play. I can't remember, but yeah, you would have like mods and you'd fucking be, and you could like walk around and like there's like the Order 66 mode where it's literally fucking like little kids, and it's called the Emperor's Bidding, and you go and like they just start spawning and you have a fucking lightsaber and you can fucking yeah, it's fucked, but it's fun as fuck though. I love killing little kids in VR.
Hell yeah. Clip that. But no,
Oh,
man, those games really do kind of scare me almost.
Dude,
it's
it's
just like
yeah,
It's facts.
the future is
Weird.
gonna be. I mean, it's already like coming into fruition, but like Ready Player One, if you guys have ever seen that, like
Great,
that's gonna be like some realistic shit. Like, why would you rather live in the real world where you could be in VR and have a mansion in there and be fucking buff as shit? Or
That's literally the metaverse.
skinny as fuck.
That's
Yeah,
exactly
yeah.
what it is.
And we just needed a name for it, and now Facebook's like, oh, the metaverse. Which I think the metaverse is gonna be cool, but I think there's gonna be other companies that are gonna do better at it
Probably.
than Facebook. To be frank,
if not that, I feel like they would like funnel into it.
Yeah.
My theory about it is like it's gonna become this big thing, and you can go to stores and actually buy
yeah,
stuff.
dude, yeah.
I feel like companies are gonna go out of business,
dude,
yeah.
They're gonna invest. So say you want to build a building, right, in this one area, right, and more people start coming. There's a mini game in this world, so we go here, and there's like a city there, right? And if more people start populating it, then companies are gonna be like, oh, there's thousands of people playing on this certain world. Let's ask the person who owns this building, hey, can we slap a fucking Pepsi sign on it?
Damn,
and
dude.
that will translate to they're like, yeah, however much Ethereum or whatever they're gonna be using, and then you could sell that, and then you get real life money, like. That is like you're gonna be walking around and seeing billboards just like you see in real life. You're gonna be walking around, the most popular streamers like say Ninja for example, he might be walking around with a fucking Red Bull bandana. That's placement right there. Like it's gonna be fucking crazy. It's
Dude,
gonna be fucking
honestly,
crazy.
I want to say that like I'm not gonna give into that because it just
It's
doesn't
inevitable, though.
seem
Yeah.
right. And that's the thing. There's two ways to look at it. Is either you're like all for it and you're like just gonna lift up your legs and let the water sweep you away and
Yeah.
you're stuck in it, or
Fuck.
you're gonna try to fight it. But I don't think there's any getting out of it.
Yeah,
I think
you
more into
can't.
the future about it. Like I'm really terrified to be like 80, and when like my grandkids are like, "Grandpa, you don't have the headset on. I can't see you."
Yeah, yeah, and they already
They're
have
like,
the,
why don't you take yours off?
they already have the full body suits where, I mean, there's
The
videos.
haptic su-
Yeah,
suits and everything?
the haptic suits, and there's videos of people have.
Sorry,
and
it's like
there's straight
TikTok
up
popped up,
girls
yeah.
that have like the haptic suits and whatnot,
yeah.
and guys will be like, oh, you could feel this, so they'll fucking straight for the titty, and like. It's fucking crazy, and like there's probably gonna be some laws that come with it, like sexual harassment, like virtual, like it's gonna be fucking like, dude, the amount
What
it's
the
a
fuck?
whole different world,
The
literally.
VR police.
It's an
Oh,
untapped
man.
world that's gonna become fucking gnarly. Like
Yeah,
it's
it's gonna be interesting.
yeah, like you're gonna be let's go play some fucking Hunger Games. Brought to you by Verizon. Like straight up, dude. It's gonna be crazy.
Whoever wins gets the new iPhone.
Yeah, literally.
In the VR
yeah,
verse, though.
Yeah. It's gonna be fucking gnarly. But yeah,
Dude, yeah.
it's exciting but terrifying. Terrifying,
A little
but
bit. A
Yeah.
little bit.
I'm not down. Gotta be perfectly honest, but
yeah, I don't blame you. Don't
I
blame
don't know,
you.
didn't Google try doing like the glasses? The Google glasses and
Yeah,
that feel really cool?
I know Windows did it too. Yeah.
Really?
They
see,
were
that's the thing is that like we talk like it's like right around the corner, but I feel like we got a solid
it's
like
already
20
here.
years before it becomes like
Oh, dude, it's
something
already here.
massive.
I feel like it's gonna be
there's
here.
already
think?
people
Yeah.
like so there's especially during COVID there was people like I'd hop on VR chat and there was yoga classes and stuff and I'd be like
Yeah.
let me just go in here and like fuck around or whatever and there's genuine like 40-year-old ladies like all right let's downward dog and it's a whole fucking
Standard
class.
skins,
it's
and then Carlos
yeah.
comes in
Dude,
dressed as Kylo Ren.
Dude,
like, what's up, people?
Yeah, I'd come in dressed as fucking Jack Skellington, and I'm like fucking 7 foot tall with a fucking giant ass cock, and like straight up, bro. Like it's and then there would be 40-year-old ladies like fucking actually doing yoga, and you can hear their kids in the background. I'm like, what the? Like, this is
Jason,
real.
stop it, Mommy's doing VR yoga.
Dude, yeah, and I was just picturing them like in their living room, fucking like in their yoga pants or whatever, and having their little outfits on and whatnot, and then fucking just doing their stretches and shit, but like with the headset on. Like, what the fuck is
I'm
this?
sorry,
It's
that-
crazy.
wild.
It's
Can't
crazy,
imagine that.
man.
Can't, man. I can't ask my mom. She's doing VR yoga.
Yeah,
Can't
literally,
go over,
man.
My
Yeah,
mom was doing VR yoga.
it's gonna be gnarly.
No,
That's so funny. The Jack Skellington.
Yeah, dude. I used
Hello,
to
ladies.
Yeah. Shit was sick though.
that's some legendary
Got all my
shit.
VR hose.
It's on par to like Zoom calls. Like I don't know if you've ever seen like Too Mad pop up on random Zoom calls and just like ruin those.
No, yeah.
That's the funniest shit to me.
Yes, I've seen the Nelk Boys do that for sure, but
Oh, dude, Too Mad.
Hell yeah.
Like he takes it to like a crazy extent.
that's funny.
Freaking love Too Mad. Like I'll sit down and watch those YouTube videos like during lunch, and I'll laugh my ass off at it. 'Cause it's so funny. Cause he'll just pop in a random class, and it'll be like Spanish class, and he'll just like be like making random noises. He's like, "I am from Uganda," and everybody's like, "Well, okay, we need to make him leave." And then he'll have his like stream from Twitch bombard that class.
Damn.
So you have like people in the chat and everything. It's funny. It's hilarious.
That
Damn.
was funny.
Yeah, I think we're all good, right? Maybe.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, no, I think that was solid. We talked about a lot of good shit. That was a funny fucking episode,
Yeah,
bro. There
dude,
was
yeah.
a solid like 15, 20 minutes there where like I was literally just laughing the entire
Yeah,
time.
that shit was funny
and
as
you guys
fuck.
were popping off. So
Yeah,
that was sick.
Hell
That was
yeah.
fun. I had a lot of fun in this episode.
Had
It's
a
a
lot of
pleasure
fun.
having you on, man.
It was awesome
real?
being on, man.
Oh, and we didn't mention it, but he made us a beat for our intro.
Yeah.
And,
Totally forgot to talk
and
about that.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna make that intro. I'm just kind of trying to gather a little bit more clips and whatnot,
Yep.
and then yeah, but keep an eye out for that. Maybe next episode, if not, definitely the one after that. But I'm just
Yeah.
trying to get like a little intro thing going with some little snippets and whatnot, and then yeah, we'll pop off on that. But
That'd be sick.
Hell yeah, dude.
but yeah, it was a pleasure having you on, man. Thank you for
It was
everything.
awesome being on here,
You're
man.
like one of the biggest supporters that I've seen for sure. So
That's
yeah,
facts.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
That's
Yeah.
facts.
Yeah, no, yeah. The moment I remember when I came over here to like talk about the like you guys were talking about the podcast when we were at the kickback.
Yeah.
I was like, hell yeah, dude! Like I love podcasts. I'll help out in any way that I can.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
really
we
appreciate,
appreciate
man.
that,
Yeah,
for real.
Oh, yeah,
like
man.
heavily. But yeah, close it out, man. That's all
I
you
think that's it, everybody. So thanks again to Alex. Thank you, Carlos, as always. Thank you, everybody watching.
Thank you, Wesley.
Thank
thank
you. Thank you. No. Like, comment, subscribe, hit us up, follow the Instagram, do whatever you got to do. If you're still watching, we appreciate you.
Always.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Good job, boys.
Yeah. Love you guys. Stay
Solid
safe.
episode.
Later.
Peace.
Bye.